Sometimes stress shows up like an uninvited guest, during arguments, in traffic, even when life seems calm. But the real challenge isn't the moment itself. It's what happens right after, when your body and brain are still buzzing like the party didn't end.
Please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Check the description for trusted sponsors and ways to support the show.
The common advice we've all heard is just relax, take a nap, flop on the couch, maybe zone out in front of the TV. It sounds good, right? But research says that might actually be the worst thing you can do.
I know, it sounds counterintuitive. You'd think rest equals repair. But the truth is, right after stress, your body is in this hypercharged chemical state. Cortisol and adrenaline are still swirling. Your heart rate is elevated, inflammation is up, and your nervous system is on edge. If you collapse into stillness, right then, those changes can actually get stuck. It's like freezing the stress into your biology.
Exactly. That's why researchers like Dr. Mithu Staroni suggest something very different. Never fully relax right after stress. Instead, do something gentle and active to tell your brain, hey, I'm safe. I can process this. It's not about running a marathon. It's about movement, play, and engagement. Signals that shift your nervous system back into balance.
And if you think about it, it's what humans have always done. Picture our ancestors thousands of years ago. After a predator left or a storm passed, they didn't just collapse on the ground. They kept moving. They repaired things, gathered food, checked on their people. Stress was followed by purposeful action, not stillness. That's how the body filed the event as resolved.
Exactly. Ancient traditions figured this out long before neuroscience caught up. Japanese culture has the idea of kaizen, taking small, steady steps forward, even in difficulty. And the Stoics, like Seneca, wrote that agency. Doing something is the antidote to despair. Turns out, the nervous system agrees.
Let's ground this with a story. There was a man named James, a retired engineer. Anytime he got stressed, an argument with his adult kids, a surprise bill, he'd retreat to bed. He thought rest was the healthiest option. But over months, he felt weaker, more anxious, less resilient. Then he changed one thing. After stress, he'd go for a 10-minute walk, just around the block. He told me later, instead of sinking, I felt like I could climb back.
That's powerful, and it's such a simple shift. Another woman, Elena, a 70-year-old artist, used to pour a glass of wine and sit in her studio whenever she was upset. She swapped that for sketching instead, channeling agitation into creation. Within weeks, she slept better and said her mind felt lighter.
And then there's Paul, an 82-year-old widower. His ritual after stress was hours in a recliner, staring at the ceiling. But when he replaced that with watering his garden, just simple, life-affirming action, his mood lifted. He said, "The plants pulled me out of myself." That's the difference movement makes.
And the science backs this up. A study in psychoneuroendocrinology showed that light activity, after stress, like walking, lowered cortisol faster than sitting still. Another study in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that active recovery actually stopped stress-induced inflammation, while passive rest let it linger. Even your hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, processes stress differently depending on whether you move or not. Movement files it as resolved, stillness files it as unresolved.
So the message is clear. The minutes right after stress are a crossroads. What you do then determines whether stress embeds itself or dissolves.
Which brings us to a little surprise for our listeners. We've been talking about resilience, recovery, and helping the body bounce back. And here's where it gets really interesting, because resilience isn't just about how you move, it's also about how well your cells repair themselves.
Exactly. And as we age, our body naturally produces fewer circulating stem cells. That's one reason recovery gets slower, energy dips, and resilience feels harder to maintain. But there's something that can help, and I want to talk about it in a way that fits right into what we've been discussing.
You're talking about Stem Active.
Yep. Stem Active is a premium stem cell support supplement. It's designed to help your body renew and repair from the inside out. The formula includes clinically studied ingredients like Madagascan aloe, macroclada, Tibetan sea buckthorn, and Klamath blue-green algae. And here's the kicker. Studies show it can increase circulating stem cells by up to 40%. That means more energy, better recovery, and a stronger foundation for vitality.
And the best part? It's plant-based, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free. Basically, it's designed so almost anyone can use it safely.
I love how it ties into this conversation. We've been talking about what happens in that critical window after stress. STEM Active is like the long-term partner to those habits, supporting your body at the cellular level. So recovery isn't just about calming down, it's about rebuilding stronger.
So, if you're curious, scan the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description. Give your body the tools it needs to thrive, not just survive.
All right, let's bring it back to where we left off, because this is the really exciting part: what to actually do in those moments after stress to set yourself up for resilience.
Right? And here's the thing. Movement doesn't have to mean exercise in the traditional sense. A 10-minute walk outside works wonders. Engaging your hands works too. Kneading dough, sketching, gardening, knitting. Your brain registers those actions as life-affirming.
Play is another underrated tool. Toss a ball with your dog, dance in the kitchen, play a quick puzzle. Play signals safety to your nervous system. It says the threat is gone.
And let's not underestimate connection. Call a friend, share a laugh, or simply sit next to someone you trust. Social connection is one of the fastest ways to metabolize stress. It's literally medicine for the nervous system.
Breath with movement is another. Try slow breathing while you stretch your arms or roll your shoulders. That simple combination tells your brain and body, we're safe, we're processing, we're back in balance.
Now, let's bust a few myths. Myth 1. Rest is always restorative. Not true. Not in that critical window after stress. Myth 2. Exercise after stress must be intense. Nope. Light to moderate is best. Myth 3. Distraction is avoidance. Actually, purposeful distraction, like playing or creating, is a healthy way to rewire stress into resilience.
So, what about people who say, but I'm too tired after stress to move? The answer is, do the smallest thing possible. Stand up, walk across the room, wash a dish. Tiny actions are enough to signal your nervous system.
Exactly. And if you want to nap or meditate later, great. Just don't make stillness your first move. Movement first, calm after.
You know what strikes me? How much our ancestors understood this intuitively. They didn't call it neuroscience, but they knew. Stress wasn't the end of the story, it was a cue for action. And when we adopt that mindset, stress stops feeling like damage and starts feeling like fuel.
And that's what I want people to take away. Stress doesn't have to leave scars. It can become a stepping stone, but only if we respond wisely in that post-stress window.
So maybe the next time someone says, just relax, you'll smile and think, not yet. First, I'll take a walk.
And with that, we're going to wrap up today's episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wellness Lab Digest. If this episode inspired you, here are 3 quick ways to support the show. 1. Subscribe so you never miss fresh, body-loving wellness insights. 2. Share this episode with someone who needs it today. 3. Comment below and tell us what topics you'd love to hear next. Want to do even more? Check the description for ways to support the show. Stay curious, stay well, and we'll see you in the next episode.